Hello and welcome to what would normally be the Ellen Road Roundup with me, Rob Mulholland. But this week is instead a video I hoped I would never ever have to make. Thank you, Marcelo Bielsa, and goodbye. So this week I couldn't really do a normal episode. I don't really give a shit what the assistant manager from Spurs looks like. I can't be arsed having a humorous slant on a VAR decision this week. I'm too sad. I'm too depressed. I just need to get this out there and off my chest. I just need to have a little talk about it because, I'm sad. I'm really sad. I've been really depressed the last couple of days. I'm really gutted that Marcelo Bielsa has left Leeds United. It was the greatest period of my life as a football fan. It's the most I've enjoyed being a football fan. It's the most I've connected with football. I've never felt anything like it, that level of love and adoration. And yeah, I just want to express my eternal gratitude to the man. His impact can't be overstated, can it? Those of us who are Leeds United fans who remember what the club was like before he arrived, that 16-year period where we were just miserable and crap and like exhausting and embarrassing. For a long time, it was really embarrassing to be a Leeds fan. We were no fun to watch. It wasn't enjoyable for a long time going to watch Leeds. Like, I only went to the games because I did. It was just that sort of thing. It was just a thing I did on the weekend. I always went. I went and saw my mates. Didn't even really care about the result that often. Like, there was periods where, you know, our season would be over by October and we'd just sort of like see it out for the rest of the year. It wasn't that important. But then Bielsa arrived and I was giddy with excitement when he arrived. Like, I think I was one of the few Leeds fans who was like already obsessed with Bielsa. He was already my favourite manager. I think his Bilbao team was when a lot of us first saw him, when, you know, they beat Man U. That was absolutely beautiful. But then watching his Chile team at the World Cup, I got really into him. I started reading about him. I read Jonathan Wilson's book about the history of football tactics, Inverting the Pyramid, which is a great read, by the way, and covers Bielsa in detail. And yeah, I was just obsessed with the idea of this crazy outsider who just didn't follow the modern football rules. And then for him to end up as Leeds United manager, I was beside myself, and it was everything that I could have hoped it would have been. It was fucking incredible. From that first game against Stoke, like, where we just tore them apart. They were favourites for the league. They had this Premier League side, and we had the same team we'd had before, and like, who had been crap, and he'd made them into these dynamos. Just the level of industry and energy, and like, that's one of the things that's so beautiful about Bielsa ball, isn't it? Like, I think all a lot of us want really is to see a team that fights for us, that cares as much as we do, that puts in as much effort as we would want them to, who really gives a shit. I hadn't seen a Leeds team give a shit in so long. We weren't just good, we were brilliant. And to have that period of success, like, be led by someone who was such a pure, wonderful person. It meant more. It made it mean more. The fact that he's such a wonderful guy. The fact that he does so many beautiful, brilliant things. I loved that. And I know, like, we get the piss taken out of us by other fans, and I even get the piss taken out of me by other Leeds fans for how much I give a shit about this. But it was just nice. It was just nice to have someone in football who is such a good person, who is committed to their morals, who cares about a philosophy, who cares about more than just whether you can shit out a 1-0 win and sneak through. He didn't care about that. He also wants to demonstrate that through hard work and collective effort, the underdog can triumph. And for a while, we fucking did. Those 2 seasons in the Championship were fucking remarkable. We were amazing. We played incredible football, and it was so dramatic. It makes me really sad that the absolute peak of Bielsa ball happened while we were locked down. The fact that the absolute best bit of it we weren't able to be at, I think, is a real cruel irony. But I think the other way to look at that is we had that beautiful thing to keep us going through lockdowns. When all the world was like collapsing around us and feeling awful and isolated and lonely, there was this beautiful, incredible thing that mattered, that was exciting, that was so full of life and soul. To have something so special and spectacular during what was such a weird, empty, dead time was amazing. Also heartbreaking. When Pablo Hernandez scored that goal against Swansea, you know, the one against Swansea, the one that like all but confirmed that we were going up. I was in this room watching it on my computer, and I fucking burst into tears. It was such a bittersweet moment because I was so happy that what we'd been waiting for so long was finally coming true, but devastated that I was alone watching it by myself away from all the people I should have been celebrating with, including Bielsa. You know, he should have been carried on our shoulders around the city, and we should have had the massive open top bus going around. Everyone should have been involved. The celebrations were class, don't get me wrong. I went out to Millennium Square and had a fucking amazing day, but everyone should have been there, even the people who were scared to go out at that point. Like, I don't blame them. It was still a scary part of the pandemic, and I'm sad that they missed out on that celebration. I'm sad that we all did, but I'm overjoyed that we had it. What a fucking good time it was. It was so nice having an identity at Leeds again. It was so nice being that defiant outsider, the ones that didn't play by the rules. We did the things that everyone said wouldn't work, and they fucking did. We had years of people telling us that it wouldn't work, that we couldn't do that it wasn't going to pan out like that. And we finished 9th in the Premier League. You know, we did it. Our games under Bielsa were like operas. They were so epic in scale and so dramatic. Like the game against Birmingham where we won 5-4, or any of the games we played against Villa, or the amount of 3-2s with last-minute winners and wild, insane, crazy games. Games where we just utterly dominated and just wiped the floor with the opposition. Like when we played West Brom and beat them 4-0. Fuck, that was good. I just don't think there's ever been a period where I've loved every single Leeds United player and respected them and everyone involved in the club at the same time. And in that brief period where Bielsa was our manager and Kiko Casilla had left, then that was the case. It was really lovely. Just a really good group of players who I really admire, and they were really moulded in Bielsa's image. And yeah, it was just nice, wasn't it? Just to have like the most honest, truthful, caring, kind person in charge, to have a genuine hero, you know, someone who actually was worth it as well. It wasn't someone who was a hero just because of the situation they found themselves in or the career they had. It was because of who they fundamentally are as a person. And I want to thank Marcelo Bielsa for that. It's wild, but like it's genuinely not a coincidence that I got sober around the time that Bielsa was first Leeds manager. He made me feel better about things and made me want to be better. It's one of a number of things. I'm not saying he was the only reason, but he didn't fucking hurt. I think all of us wanted to be better at that point, and the amount of art and music and culture that he's inspired around Leeds, and like how he's changed the culture of the fan base is something we can't ever forget. I think we really need to keep him in our hearts forever, and just hope he's not feeling too sad, because I know he is. I know he'll be devastated by this, and I just think it's, you know, it's unfair. Opinions differ on this. Some people think it was the right time for him to go. I don't personally. I think he deserved I think he had the right to see it out to the end of the season. I think he would have kept us up. But I understand that it's a gamble, all that. But the way the club handled it, I didn't enjoy at all. I thought it was pretty disgraceful, to be honest with you, the way it was like leaked to the press so TalkSport could break the news. Those cunts who've been baying for his head for the whole time, I thought it was really classless. And Marcelo Bielsa deserved better than that. There's one thing that man deserves, it's respect. And I don't feel like he got it properly from the club at the end. I don't think I'll ever enjoy football in the same way. I'm not saying it won't be great, and there won't be great times ahead. I'm sure there will be. And look, I think Jesse Marsch seems like a great dude and a really good manager. And in any other circumstances, I'd be delighted that we'd got him. I think it's looks like a very positive appointment. I just wish it had been done in the summer in a nice way rather than like this. I will fully get behind Jesse Marsch. I will support him as I will, would anyone who is in charge of the football club that I love. I just wish it was Marcelo Bielsa. I'm a Bielsa widow now. Like on the Bielsa Bible, like me and Mickey talked to various fans of other clubs who Bielsa had managed, and they described themselves as widows of Bielsa. That's what they call themselves in Chile as well. And we're part of that now. Whilst we might be more sensible and more successful even, just that madness, that wildness, that defiance, that uniqueness, that's what will be missing. That bit of soul. I don't think we can ever replace that. It's going to be sad going to the game and seeing him not there. I'm genuinely going to be gutted. I love the man. And I'll get out to Rosario sometime and go pay my respects at Estadio Marcelo Bielsa. By the way, we will be doing a special episode of the Bielsa Bible, I think, at the end of the season. We haven't planned it yet, but we're going to try and do a live event, I think, so we can get together and sort of reminisce about the good times of Bielsa. Fuck, I'm going to be doing that for a long time, I feel like I'm going to be boring my grandkids about Marcelo Bielsa. I think he's the best man on earth, and I'm gutted that he's not part of this club anymore. But he is. He will always be part of Leeds United, as long as we keep him there and keep him in our hearts. Oh, God, I've been rambling for a while. I hope this has been relatively coherent. I'm just a bit sad. It's like the least funny video I've ever done. I mean, some of you might disagree with that, to be fair. There's definitely some that have made people angrier. I'm going to really miss him. I'm going to really miss how it felt having Marcelo Bielsa be manager of Leeds United. It was really fucking special. It was really special. It was an amazing time. I'm privileged that I got to live through it. With that, I do want to just let you know as well, I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break from the Ellen Road Roundup for a while, like an indefinite break, I think. I might do something before the end of the season. I might not ever again. I might do them whenever I feel. Just so you know, I'm working way too hard at the moment. I am absolutely burnt out, and they are an incredible amount of work. The amount of stuff I put into writing them, finding the clips, putting them together, it takes me so long, and I've got so many other things on the go that I think I just need to take a step back from a couple of the more stressful things I do. So I'm just going to wind that down for a little while. If you're on my Patreon, by the way, I'm pausing payments, so you won't be paying me while I'm not making stuff. Thank you for watching the videos and supporting me and everything. Like I say, it's just too much work at the moment to put that in. Like, now I'm back to gigging all over the country and doing all the other stuff. Like, I'm still going to be on Damn Daniel podcast every week, and also Dead Men Talking, a new podcast I've got with Freddie Quinn. So check those out if you want more Rob Mulholland. But like, football wise, I'm going to be winding it in for a little bit, maybe permanently. I don't know. You know, nothing to do with like, you know, your support is fucking great. I absolutely love it. I really like the Ellen Road Roundup. I'm really proud of it. It's just I need to have a day off in a week. Like, I currently work 7 days a week and I'm burnt out. Basically, I have the Bielsa burnout. And I started the Roundup really to document the Bielsa era. And now that's over, I don't know. I just want to take a little break. So thank you for your support. I'll be back maybe, you know, whenever. I'll definitely be making stuff, but, you know, just not this for a bit. I'll really miss him. I'll really miss Marcelo Bielsa being part of this club, being part of me. You know, it's been a big part of my life for a number of years, being an obsessive Bielsa stan. It's not going to end, but, you know, it is at Leeds. So thank you for watching anyway. I appreciate you all. And, you know, get behind Jesse Marsh. I'm sure it'll be great. Thank you, Marcelo. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for giving everything for this club and for making us so much better. Thank you for improving all of our lives and giving us so much joy. It's genuinely been really important to me. Really important. It's meant a lot, and it still does. So, thank you. Okay, I'm going to go now before I fucking start blubbing. Thanks for watching. And thank you, Marcelo. Viva Bielsa.